these kinds of statements, these kinds of presumptions may create hesitation in electing female leaders to office. But if we look at the evidence, we do not think that we see any evidence suggesting that women will be overly conciliatory and that the policies they set will therefore inhibit or hurt the development of their state.
My final question is simply, what do you hope to see as the next chapter or the next frontier of research on gender and conflict? What do you think are some questions that still need to be answered?
Two come to mind. I think it would be interesting to see a kind of micro modern day analog to the work that we've done by seeing if, mayors who are elected to municipal governments end up experiencing or putting into place different types of policies around crime, and therefore if there ultimately are any effects on things related to crime and violence. This would be, I think, a way of building on what we've done historically at a macro setting and bringing it into a kind of modern day micro chapter. So I hope some work comes out that is able to speak to that. I would also be really interested in this question of whether, peace processes end up producing systematically different outcomes with the participation of different types of leaders, including female leaders. I do think it's a fascinating question, and I think we would have a lot to learn from an analysis that would look at that head on and look at that directly.
Great. Professor, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of Root of Conflict featuring Professor Oeindrila Dube. Special thanks to Mwangi Thwita for producing this episode and to UC3P and the Pearson Institute for their continued support of this series. For more information on the Pearson Institute's research and events, visit thepearsoninstitute.org and follow them on Twitter.